The story begins with a young woman named Noelle, an art major at a university. One day in class, the students are assigned to sketch a nude model posed in front of them. While she works, Noelle keeps sneaking glances at Luke, the most talented and good-looking guy in class, because she secretly has a crush on him. But the moment their eyes meet, she quickly looks away, embarrassed. After class, she meets up with her best friend Sky, who also goes to the same school. They live in the same hotel, just in different rooms. That night, while Noelle is in her room, struggling to come up with something unique for a painting design, she hears Sky laughing outside. She looks out the window and sees Sky sharing a romantic moment with her boyfriend. Watching them, Noelle wonders when she'll get to experience something like that. She's still single. The next day, she presents her painting in class, but it's met with criticism. Even the professor snaps, "If you keep this up, you're going to fail." Later, as she's sitting alone sketching, Luke walks over and starts chatting with her. With an easy smile, he says, "I'm throwing a party tonight for some close friends. If you want, you should come." Noelle's heart leaps, and she instantly agrees, completely unaware that this night will change her life forever. That evening, as she's getting ready, Sky spots her and says, "Wow, you look adorable tonight." Then with a teasing grin, she asks, "So, do you like him?" Noelle looks down, blushing. "He just invited me to the party, but maybe he likes me too." Sky laughs. "I'm happy for you. Maybe someone special is finally coming into your life." When Noelle arrives at the party, the place is packed with people and loud music. Luke notices her right away, comes over and starts talking. After a while, he says, "Come upstairs, I'll show you some of my drawings." She agrees and follows him up. In his room, Luke shows her a few sketches, but his mood suddenly shifts. He becomes serious, moves closer, and starts kissing her. At first, Noelle feels flustered but keeps saying no. Then Luke's behavior turns forceful. He undresses her against her will and forces himself on her. She tries to push him away, but he doesn't stop. When it's over, he coldly says, "You can go now." Shaken to the core, Noelle leaves, blood running down her legs, noticing people giving her odd looks. Luke drops her off without a word. Back home, she sits by the pool and bursts into tears. What makes it worse is knowing she genuinely liked him, but he did something so vile. She spends the entire night staring at the ceiling, unable to sleep. In the morning, Sky sees her and asks what happened. Noelle tells her everything, saying she now feels disgusted just thinking about him. She considers reporting it to a professor, but Sky warns her it'll be pointless. They'll just ask humiliating questions, and the school will cover it up. Noelle stays quiet, hugs Sky, and cries. The next day in class, she can't focus. When she sees Luke, her anger boils over. She goes to Linda, the head warden for the international students, and tells her everything. But Linda responds, "Did you tell him to stop?" Noelle says, "Yes, but he didn't listen." Linda smirks, "Maybe you actually wanted it." Realizing Sky was right, no one's gonna help. Noelle storms out. Just then she gets a text from Luke, asking her to come over. After thinking it over, she decides to go, hoping maybe he'll apologize. But Luke's smug attitude hasn't changed. When she demands an apology, he shrugs and says, "I just did what you wanted. Didn't you enjoy it? I'm done talking. Leave." Furious, Noelle lashes out and a fight breaks out. Luke slips, hits his head, and dies instantly. Heart-pounding, Noelle panics and runs. The next day, police show up at Luke's place. It looks like an accident, but since Luke last messaged Noelle, a detective questions her. Calmly, she says, "He invited me to hang out, but I wasn't in the mood, so I left." The detective gives her his card. She's still rattled, but feels a grim relief that he's gone, even if it was by accident. That night, she's scrolling through old college news and finds a horrifying case. A girl named Kate was assaulted by 3 guys, and the video was leaked online. Kate reported it, but the police let them go, claiming the footage was too blurry to identify them. Noelle finds the video, and the brutality makes her sick. The next day, she visits Kate, but Kate doesn't want to talk. Noelle shares her own story. "The same thing happened to me. I get it. I just want to know, how did you survive this?" Kate finally opens up. "Those 3 guys, Donnie, Boomer, and Connor, were my friends. I thought they were just being flirty, but one night they invited me over for a party, and then they crossed every line. I went to the school to the police, but nothing happened. The guys walk free and the girl gets branded with shame." The next day, Noelle joins a support group where survivors share their stories. The group leader says, "Instead of giving up, you have to make yourself stronger." Noelle asks, "How?" "Guys get away with everything and we're told to stay quiet out of fear." The leader says, "God sees everything. They'll get their punishment." But Noelle knows waiting changes nothing. She decides she'll make them pay herself. That night, she dresses up and heads to a party at Donnie's house, the same guy who assaulted Kate. The place is packed. Noelle goes straight to Donnie, flirts, and uses her charm to reel him in. He takes her to his room. As things get intimate, Noelle smiles and makes him a drink, slipping drugs and poison into it. Donnie drinks without suspicion. Soon he's gasping in pain, the same way they made Kate suffer. The poison takes hold and he dies writhing on the bed. Noelle slips out unnoticed. Back home, she picks up her brush, feeling a strange calm. For the first time in a long while, she can focus entirely on her art. The next day, police show up at Donnie's house. One look at his lifeless body, and they can tell right away he died from a drink overdose. His remaining 2 friends, drowning in grief, can only tell the officers, he was a really good guy. Meanwhile, Noelle brings her latest painting to class. The students openly praise her work, and even the professor smiles, telling her to prepare it for the upcoming exhibition. But Noelle's mind is somewhere else entirely. That afternoon, she waits outside Boomer's place. A few of his other friends are hanging around, but when the moment's right, Noelle slips into the room with him and starts flirting. Boomer's all in, but then, without warning, she seduces him, unbuckles his belt, and the moment she gets the chance, she strangles him to death. Not long after, a detective arrives to speak with Boomer about Donnie, but when he walks in, everyone is stunned to see Boomer's body lying there. Noelle's plan isn't over yet. Kate's third target is next, Connor. That evening, after finishing a run on the football field, Connor heads to the locker room showers. Noelle sneaks in behind him with a hammer. She waits for her moment, then slams it into his head. Even injured, Connor fights back, and the two struggle viciously. Noelle eventually wrenches the hammer from him and finishes the job with one final blow. Her 3 targets are now gone, and a quiet satisfaction spreads across Noelle's face. By the time police arrive, the mood is tense and unsettling. News of the 3 friends' deaths spreads fast, but the cops have no solid leads. The detective visits Kate to question her. She snaps, "When those 3 assaulted me, your department did nothing. I don't want to talk about them, so leave." Meanwhile, at the rehab center, it's like a heavy weight has lifted off the other girls. Their faces show relief, even joy, because to them, whoever did this was a hero. But the story doesn't stop there. That night, Noelle invites her classmate Shane over. They eat pizza and talk. Shane's always been kind to her. After a while, Noelle smiles, leans in, and kisses him. Everything seems normal until his gentle touch triggers a flashback of that horrific night. Panicked, she tells him to leave immediately. Later, Noelle heads to Sky's house, but doesn't find her in her room. She peeks into the bathroom and sees Sky cutting her wrists. Noelle rushes in, stops her, and bandages the wound. She asks why, and Sky's eyes well with tears as she whispers, 2 years ago, the same thing happened to me. Every time I think about it, I just want to end it. Noelle doesn't push for details, she just stays with her. The next morning, Noelle searches Sky's name on the university website. She finds out Sky's real name is Daisy. And 2 years ago, a guy named Calvin assaulted her. Daisy even filed a police report, but the case was closed and Calvin walked free. Determined to get justice, Noelle heads to the university records office posing as a psych student to request Daisy's file. When the librarian turns away, she swipes it. Back home, she flips through the pages, each one a brutal reminder of what Daisy endured. A photo shows Daisy battered and bruised, proof of the violence she suffered and how the system failed her. Fury boiling inside her, Noelle decides Calvin is next. After tracking down his address, she waits until nightfall and drives to his place. Calvin's married now, but that doesn't matter. Pretending her car's broken down, she gets him to step outside, then zaps him with a stun gun. When Calvin wakes, he's tied up on the university basketball court. Noelle stands over him, knife in hand, ready to make him pay. Just then, a campus security officer spots blood on the court and radios for backup. Noelle demands, "Why did you do it?" Shaking, Calvin pleads, "Please don't kill me. I've changed. I have a family now. I admit I was wrong. I'm ashamed." But Noelle doesn't listen. Without hesitation, she drives the knife into him, then disappears into the night. By the time the cops get there, she's gone. Back home, Sky notices the blood on Noelle's clothes. Noelle changes without answering her questions and goes to bed. The next day, the detective visits Sky about Calvin's attack. Sky freezes, then walks away without saying a word. She goes to Noelle's room, finds the bloody clothes and the photo from Daisy's report, and realizes the truth. When Noelle returns, Sky shows her the photo and asks, "Why did you do this?" Noelle stays silent. Sky says, "I was trying to forget and move on, but now you've brought it all back. The detective came to question me, Calvin's in the ICU, and the cops could come for me any minute." Noelle reassures her, "Nothing's going to happen to you. I'll turn myself in, don't worry." But the next morning, Noelle goes to Sky's room and finds she's taken her own life. Noelle collapses in grief, blaming herself. Beside her lies a note. When the police do nothing, you have to take justice into your own hands. By killing those guys, I've finished my revenge. Noelle calls the police to report it. When the detective questions her, she deflects. Later, at home, she burns Sky's note, protecting her friend's image. 2 days later, at the art convocation, all the students gather on stage. Noelle is awarded Best Artist. In her speech, she says, "Art isn't just colors on a canvas. It carries the artist's hidden pain, something only they truly understand." The audience is moved. But at that very moment in the hospital, Calvin regains consciousness and names Noelle as his attacker. Moments later, the detective storms onto campus with his team. Noelle sees them, understands instantly, and without a fight, she surrenders. She has no fear now, because she's avenged herself and so many other girls. Noelle's story leaves us with a question. When the system turns a blind eye, is taking justice into your own hands the right thing? Or is there always another way?